was always interested in people, always interested in the mind. Talking to Len, just a lot of my mentors or whatever, Dr. Joe Dispenza, some other guys like that. I've always been super fascinated by the mind because I felt like that held me back in my professional cycling career. So when it all ended for me, and I had to find quote unquote a real job, I looked to people. I loved people. I wanted to get involved, helping people, and the way I did it first was I created a cycling camp. I could be around people, take them out on bike rides, and help them become better at cycling. But when I did that, I noticed that like all the same type of people were coming in the door. They were all these super successful, driven people that either business owners, high up in their professional careers. I felt like the people that rode bikes were these people that loved to push themselves, that loved to live outside the comfort zone, and use cycling to bring that out of their personality. So I gradually made this transition from, like camp leader to coach. And, when I hear these two guys talk and Sean talk, like business coach or life coach or mind coach sounds awesome. But like athletic coach or cycling coach, to me that always sounded kind of lame. It's like, well, what do? You like give people fitness programs, or you show them how to lift, barbells, or ride bikes, you tell them, like I didn't like how that felt, right? So, people asked me to help them start coaching them with cycling, but immediately I was interested in like, okay, what drove those people? And because I connected with them mentally from a professional athlete perspective to a professional business perspective, I felt like, I wanted to go so much deeper and be so much more involved with them, with their cycling. So what I ended up doing is I formed this business with Courtney called Cinch, and what we do is we basically transform people's lives through athletics, through cycling. So the objectives with people is to teach them sport, bring them through the training process, but then help bring their personality and their personal sides in their workouts, in their experiences on their bikes, and help them reach a much higher level in their lives. So why am I doing this? Well, number one, because I love people. I really enjoy motivating people. It's truly who I am. But number two, like I feel like I really can have an impact in people's lives. Like I lived it on the bike. I'm authentic, right? I raced the Tour de France. I was out there battling on the roads. But then I also had to start a business. I had to reinvent myself. I had to recreate myself. So I feel like I can jump on both sides of the fence. I feel like I can speak to people in many different ways and help develop them and take them to the next level. So what I want to talk to you guys tonight is obviously the fuck goals part of it. But for me, it stems even more deeply, right? It's like, why do we even train? Like, why do we even push our bodies? So this is a really difficult question, and I think it will solve so many people's problems, right? Like, so first of all, I deal with people that sign up with me because they come to me and they say, I want to get better at cycling, right? That's the initial contact I have with people. Probably like when you go to a gym, you sign up at the gym or whatever, and you say, well, I want to get fitter. But, so why do we all want that? Like, what does that mean? Like, why do we want to get in better shape? Why do we want to become a cyclist? Why do we want to train on our bikes? Well, for me, like when I was a kid, right, it was a dream. Like, I sucked at all the other sports. Picked up a bike, I was good at it. I was like, holy shit, like people are paying attention to me, so I'm going to go in this direction and I'm going to do it. And along the way, I developed so many problems because I like didn't really figure out who I was. Because I was like chasing what everybody else said I was, but I never really listened to like who I was. Right? I was like a skinny kid in Connecticut who was like good at cycling. But then all of a sudden people were like, oh my god, you're in the newspaper, you're awesome, right? Like girls started talking to me, and where before like girls were like, you're so skinny, like why do you suck? Like what do you do? Like I'm gonna go hang out with these football guys, right? So I was like, this is fucking awesome. Like people are paying attention to me, and I just kept chasing that down. And then I got in, better at cycling, and I got into like the Tour de France and other races. Like people calling me like the next great cyclist and all this stuff, and it was like win, 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 right? Like I lost total focus, and I had all these mental problems along the way because I didn't understand why the fuck I was doing it, right? So let's go back. Why are we exercising? Why are we doing it? Anyone have any ideas? Does anyone exercise in here? Why?
Dopamine.
Dopamine. And that's a great answer. That's the best answer I've heard. And that's awesome, right? Because like exercise is like a free way of creating happiness. Right? Like a lot of this stuff, like the more, all the S's that Linla talked about, right? Like that's helping us like find it through all the muck and all the water, right? But at the end of the day, like we're searching for happiness, right? That's why we're here tonight. That's why we go everywhere else. That's why we have a job. That's why we go to school. That's why we're in relationships. We're looking for happiness. Well, someday, right? Like,
if I may add, endorphin as well, also dampening the frustration and pain.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. So, if we can create happiness, and going back to the last S, right? What do we have? Self-love, right? Like we've got happiness, we generate it from exercise that we did by ourselves. So now we're rocking all day long with happiness to share with people. So for me, right, like that's what it all started with my business of Cinch, is what I want my clients and my athletes to feel is like, look, like we're in this thing as a team. I'm a teammate with you guys, and I want you guys to come away with each day of working out, each workout, with like self-happiness. And then I want you to take that, and then whether you go to your business or your family, and then you share it. Because if you don't have to go get it from those areas, how much easier is it, right? You're not trying to take shit from your business, right? You give it to it. You don't need to, make more millions of dollars, right? Why do people want more millions of dollars? Double more millions of dollars, right? It's happiness at the end of the day. So like that is where the exercise and the training and all this stuff comes from. That's why you should get into it. Because it's free. You just go do it, right? And then you get happiness. So with that point, now we can go into why I say fuck goals. Because one of the biggest problems I have with my athletes and my people and the Cinch clients is that what happens how do they lose happiness with their exercise?
When they don't reach a goal.
Right? They make these goals and then they don't reach it. And now all of a sudden exercise is like fuck exercise, like fuck the cycling, like I hate it, right? Like I can't do it, I give up, I'm not motivated, right? Like come on, seriously? And why does this all happen, right? So for me as a coach, like that's something I tried to find out because it's like, okay, I hate this, like, all right, I'm going to put together these workouts, like, I'm going to give you these goals, right? Here they are, and then people want the goals, right? They sign up and they say, I want this much more power, I want to go this much faster, or what's the one we all hear that I want to say major fuck no to, right? Like, I want to beat people, right? This guy's beating me down the street, like, I want to crush that person. I hate that, right? It happens, we all have it, but like that, like, for me as a coach, business, I have to listen to that, and I'm like, okay, that sounds good, right? And then I go behind it, I'm going to have to figure out how to, tear that up, because that's not going to last, and that guy's going to ultimately leave. So, like, people would send me these goals, whatever it's like race performances, or it's PRs or times, right? And then I, like, put together this awesome program and work with these people, and excuse me, I say awesome, I believe in my program, but yeah, great program, like, people are doing well, they're feeling good about themselves, right? And then we get to the event, and what happens? B factor, right? Someone's better! Fuck, someone is better. Someone is better, right? Is that we all had this happen before? Someone's better, right? So now what do? Someone was better. Fuck. And then what happened to our goal? Got smashed down because we made a goal to beat someone or PR, and then there was someone better, and that disrupted our rhythm, right? We normally beat this person on Tuesday, and then on Tuesday this person was better than us, so there's something wrong with me, so I'm done, right? So like, me as a coach, like, it's like, well, that's a code red, like, you're missing the point, right? So like, this is why we got in this conversation, it's like, fuck goals, it's like, guys, like, we need to come up with these, something different than like a goal, right? It needs to be like a mission, right? And I want you, my responsibility as a coach is I want to take you up another level so you are actually that person that can achieve that goal, right? That mission. You become that person. So you can do it on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday with a sore throat, messed up Achilles tendon, girlfriend dumps you, right? It's raining out, flat tire, whatever it is, like you can do it. Because you are that person. You don't need like all the stars to align in the tailwind to get the PR. That's awesome. So that's why I say fuck goals, because I want people to actually become this. And what does that mean? What happens when you actually become something that you want to achieve? You form a habit, right? Like you formed a habit. So that's what I want my clients to get, and I want you guys to pick up from tonight, is like making these objectives or these missions. The whole purpose of it is to form a habit that brings you up another level. So if we can form that habit, then we have become that person every single day. So there's people that hire me and they say, I want to go faster. Well, first I say, why? I'm going to find out how we're going to form this habit. The why, right? Because so many people come in and they say, well, I want to be better than this person. Or even worse, everyone's better than me. So you have to come up with a why. So when I was 15 years old and I started cycling, what was my why? My why was I loved feeling free. I loved going out in the woods on my mountain bike. I loved feeling strong. I loved feeling on top of things. I loved feeling special, right? Like I knew I was good at it. I loved going out and using my skinniness and my weirdness to go fast and feel good about myself. Well, guess what? Today, right, after all that I've been through, what's my why? The same thing. How crazy is that? That's insane, right? All this stuff, so it never changed. Never changed. I love all the same things that cycling and athletic sports and things gave to me as I did when I was 15, as I am today. So right now, today, I don't have a professional cycling career. I'm a coach, right? I have a real job, right? I work whatever. I don't have as much time to like sacrifice my life for cycling. But does that change how I feel about myself? And should that change how my rides are? No, not at all, because all I'm doing is fulfilling my why. When I go out and ride today, like I did before I came here, I felt strong, I felt free, I felt confident. So when I'm standing up in front of you right now, all those race results and things that happen to me, I don't feel them, right? Like I can't sit here and post my results up here and say, hey guys, listen to me, like this is why I'm awesome, right? Like you guys might think I'm totally stupid, but I don't care because I feel awesome about myself. So I'm coming in here, fulfilled my why, coming in here to tell you guys my story and what I believe in and help you guys find the importance of the body, right? But I feel good about it because I fulfilled my why today, and I do every single day, and that's one important thing that we do, teach our clients with Cinch. The next thing is perspective, and I think you hit on that as well. But this is huge, right? And this stumps us all the time, is our perspective. Why are we doing this yet? We figure that out, but who are we? This is super important, because a lot of times we compare other people and try to figure out our perspective. Well, that person's super fast, right? They're super fast on their bike, they're kicking my butt every single weekend, right? Why am I not like that? Well, as a coach, I can give you all those reasons. I can tell you, right? Number one, genetics. Oh shit, that person's genetically better than you, right? Number two, they work harder than you. Number three, they're lighter than you. Number four, they have a better bike than you. Number five, they don't have 2 kids that take up all your time, all the time to train. There's your perspective right there. All those excuses that all the time you tell yourself and tell others, save it, right? Just start it with your perspective. Hi, I'm Tom Danielson, right? I own a business, I'm a business owner. I have to spend all day working on my business and creating it. Then my business revolves around making people feel good about themselves. So I have to spend all day talking to people. Then I have 2 kids. So I spend all day after that taking care of 2 kids. And then I have Courtney, who I take care of and spend all kinds of time with. How much time do I have to train? 1 hour. That's my perspective, right? I'm the best motherfucker fucking 1 hour rider in Longmont, Colorado. With 2 kids and Courtney, and that is perspective. So I feel good about myself because I am achieving my missions based on my perspective. So we all need perspective before we go out and set off on these missions, right? If you don't have it, you're just not in touch with reality. And a lot of these excuses that you hear from people, right, they don't make any sense. We already know that, right? So the next thing that you have to have is a plan, action, right? We all need a plan. So that's my job, is to help people find plans. But if you don't have someone like me, like, it's a good idea to work with someone to make a plan. Because you can have the why and you can have the perspective, but then if you don't build the plan, it's not going to happen. We talked about accountability. You need something to be accountable for. For an example, I don't have a coach anymore, right? I'm my own coach, and I don't write anything down, I just go out and do it. Well, what happens? I don't do half my rides. Well, why? I don't have a plan. So what I started doing was like building myself a plan, and in my calendar, and it says, Tom, you have to do this on this day. This is important in the whole scheme of the exercise for happiness thing, right? Because if you don't have a plan, then you're less likely to do it. But even if you do it, if you didn't have a plan, you don't actually know what you did. How many people like go work out and you don't actually know what you accomplished when you worked out? Fucking happens all the time, and it sucks, right? Like at first you're like, man, that was really good, like I'm sweaty and whatever, but like day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, pretty soon you're just like, why the hell am I doing this? Where have I gone, right? You need the plan, you need the action, you need to make it happen, right? So without this plan, without this action, right, like you hear a lot of people, they say like they're not motivated. Right? I say fuck no to people saying they're not motivated. This is ridiculous, right? You motivate yourself. You don't find it, you create it. So you create it with your why, you create it with your perspective, and you create it with your action. Right? From your plan. So like, motivation should never ever be a factor, because you know where to go get it. If you have those steps, if you've taken those steps, then you absolutely know exactly where to get that motivation from. How many people in here has ever been non-motivated? Do you guys have a plan?
My plan is to not be motivated. Well, like to his point, just to relax.
Right, but that should be like but then that's successful.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like, you have to put that in there, right? Like you have to put in your relax, right? Because that's another thing that I learned being a professional athlete, right? Go time, you go. When it's time to stop, you stop. Anyone can do the, I feel good today, I'm going to do more. Oh, I feel like shit today, I'm not going to do anything. Anyone can do that, right? It takes that discipline and making that plan to make it happen. So kudos to you for saying, today I relax and I'm going to get it done. Success, right? That's awesome. And you feel good about yourself from relaxing, rather than like me yesterday or whatever that had a plan to ride, but I didn't ride, right? Because I didn't prioritize it and I felt like crap for the whole day. So the final part of it all is like achievement. And this is super important. As we have all these steps, we have all these things we're going to go through, you have to have a sense of achievement from what you're doing. Because if you don't have it, right, then why are you going to keep doing it? You're not. And that's what becomes difficult. Is because if you're comparing yourself to other people all the time, and you don't have perspective, and you don't know your why, and you don't have a plan, and you don't execute it, and you don't have action, then you don't really have any grounds for achievement. Example, racing, right? Like, so many times I've been out there in a race, and I like had a crappy race, but there weren't people that were as good as me, right? And I ended up winning. Across the finish line, everyone runs over, wow, awesome job, like, great race. Question, do I feel good about myself? No. Like, I knew everyone sucked, I slowed down, and I gave 60% of myself. I crossed the line first. Do I feel good about me? No, I don't, right? Like, I didn't follow any of the stuff. I half-assed it. I'm not a half-asser. So there I am at the finish line. People are congratulating me, and I'm just like, well, actually, I sucked, right? It's important to know who you are, what you're doing, follow your process, execute it, and then feel achievement from it. Super, super, super important. It doesn't matter if you're first or you're last. If you follow those things and you create that sense of achievement every day in your daily process, you win your day. And this is what we talk about in Cinch, right? Win your process, win your ride. Why does it have to be results or more money or more shit? Why can't it be win you, right? Fuck yeah. So that's what I'd like you to give to you guys all tonight, is to think about using your body as a free tool to get happiness from, using those steps, right? Understand who you are, push yourself in those key directions, and then enjoy the achievement from pushing yourself and succeeding. And winning your day, winning your process, winning whatever you want to do every single day. Now that's being a motherfucking badass. Alright, thanks guys.